You're on CYInterview.
I'm Christina. Featured columnist Jay Bilstein is with me. Live entertainment is now taking place on Sunday during brunch at STK Steakhouse at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the Las Vegas Strip. Today we welcome one of the venue's ongoing entertainers, Las Vegas-based singer Christina Amato. She'll be there again this coming Sunday, September 5th. Christina, thanks for joining us on CYInterview. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm great. How are you?
Good, but it's so nice to have you this morning. So just to begin, you've already had a chance to do this one time, so tell me, what has it been like performing during a Sunday brunch, and how is this compared to other live entertainment shops you've had in the past? This one must be quite unique.
It really was. I had a blast. What we were doing at STK Brunch is actually really unique. It's different than any other type of live event that I've ever done, and I've done hundreds at this point, but it's really fun because we incorporate the DJ aspect. DJ Roger Ganji, who is fantastic and well-known here in town, has put together this really cool little group of entertainers that kind of add a live element to the DJ-based performance. So I sing a little bit. I'm walking around the tables, singing to the people that are at brunch, which is so fun, and interacting with them. And then there's also other live entertainment, such as the saxophonist and also DJ violinist Marlon DeSol, and the saxophonist Rocco Barbado, who's just fantastic. And we kind of wander around, and it just adds a really cool, different element to an otherwise already really fun and established brunch at STK.
So how would you sum up your life as a Las Vegas singer? How long have you lived here, and when did you know you wanted to sing?
Oh, I was born and raised here. I was born here in Vegas, and my dad was an entertainer here since 1969, I believe. So I was just kind of born into this, and I knew it was what I wanted to do. I'd been singing since, before I could even formulate a sentence that made sense. I was singing and babbling around the house. So I always knew this is what I want to do, and I'm so fortunate to live in a city that allows me to do it full time.
Okay, just very quickly before I throw it to Jay, tell me about your father.
Oh, my dad's name's Tommy Amato, and he was actually Bobby Darin's drummer up until the time he died. And he played with Tina Turner and Donna Summer and Tony Orlando and the Allman Brothers. And aside from just being an amazingly talented multi-instrumentalist, he's also written some really great songs. And I'm very biased because he's my dad, but he gave me some pretty big shoes to fill here in Vegas, and everyone was super welcoming because I was his daughter. So it's been really great to kind of follow in his footsteps, and he's given me a lot of advice along the way.
Jay?
I have to say, Christina, having seen and heard some of your dad's work, I don't think you're being biased when you say they're big shoes to fill, because he's quite a talent. But you are an astonishing talent. Las Vegas is filled with incredible entertainers. But you are an incredible entertainer among incredible entertainers. I mean, if anybody were to go and look your name up on YouTube and listen to some of your work, it is just incredible. Now, you've been singing for a long time, as you say. Have you also, over the course of your career, gone for voice lessons? Do you have a voice coach? What has brought you to the level you're currently at?
Well, thank you, first off. I appreciate that very much. But, honestly, I know a lot of people go the voice coach route, and I probably should have done that, and I wish that I had done that, but I have never had a voice coach or a voice teacher. I've just kind of learned on the spot. I started sitting in my dad's rehearsals when I was super young, and I would bother all the musicians and listen to what they were doing and try to sing along, which I'm sure was very annoying. And over time, I started singing in church when I was very young with my dad, and then I started working professionally after making YouTube videos as a teenager. I was actually hired by Chris, Zoe Bowie, when I was 19 years old, and he said, you know what, you're young and you're inexperienced in the live realm, but I think that you're just going to be great. And he had enough confidence in me to give me a microphone and offer me his stage to share with him. And after that, and performing with him and many other venues on the Strip and recording music and, just kind of singing in every different area that I can, I think now, my voice has just gotten stronger. And, there's nothing like experience. Show business is never the same thing twice. So you really have to learn on the spot and learn on your feet, and I've been fortunate enough to do that.
Show business can also be extraordinarily frustrating, I believe. I mean, I think of a particular cover you did of Adele's Rolling in the Deep, and also looking at the comments and so forth. And there is nothing on earth that separates you from some of the greatest singers on earth. There's nothing. And what's often frustrating for those of us on the sidelines, you say, why is one person a worldwide phenomenon, and other person is a phenomenon, but the whole world doesn't know about them? Does that ever frustrate you? Do you ever sit back and say, wow, I love Las Vegas. I love being on stage here, but gee whiz, there are a lot of singers out there that are traveling the world, or they've got gigantic residencies, and the world knows them, and they've got millions of downloads behind them. What's not brought me one step forward? Because I certainly have the voice, I certainly have the presence. Does that ever go through your mind?
Oh, absolutely. I would be lying if I said it didn't. And, especially when I was a little younger, I feel like I would take things for granted because, I would always say, I want to be the best of the best and the biggest of the biggest, and if I haven't hit that, I'm a failure. But with time and maturity, I've realized that, you know what, I'm so fortunate and so blessed to be able to make a living on my own terms, doing what I love and singing on a different stage every night. And now with STK Brunch, it's just another fun thing I get to do in a time frame I don't usually get to do it. A Sunday morning and afternoon is really fun. So, I try not to think about those things and let them harbor, because I am living my dream in a sense. I'm singing every night. I'm singing to people. I get to make my own schedule and dress up how I want, and that's really cool. And to the people that are out there doing it on a larger scale and touring the world, the Adeles and Ariana Grandes and Bruno Mars of the world, you know what? Great for them. I don't harbor any resentment, because I think all of our journeys have kind of taken us to where we need to be. And yeah, sure, there are, I think about other decisions that I could have made or opportunities I could have taken that, potentially could have gotten me to, the next step, so to speak. But that doesn't mean I'm not happy right here. There could have been something else or another aspect of my life that maybe would have been neglected or ended up a different way. So I love Las Vegas, and I am very happy to be, working again after the last, couple of years that we've all had collectively as a human race, basically. And I'm fortunate and excited to see where the future will take me. Never say never, but I'm just really happy with where I'm at right now.
And that's also another thing. You're still in the game. And I mean, you're doing great work in Las Vegas, and one never knows where that journey will take you. But I just have to tell our audience, if they are fans of just incredible voices and incredible presence in singing, they will find it with you, Christina, as well as they'll find it with a so-called world superstar, because again, the only thing that separates you from somebody who is a superstar on the world stage is perhaps they're just known a bit better, because your work is I was almost blown out of my seat when I listened to some of your work. You have an incredible voice, a great range, and wonderful stylings. And it's really a pleasure to be speaking with you. And anybody who comes to see you is going to be in the presence of a world-class talent. With that said, you're also involved in fashion. How did you get involved in that? What drew you to that?
Well, thank you very much. Fashion for me was always kind of just a fun side hobby that related to being on stage. It really came about when I started performing, and I had multiple shows and multiple gigs per week. And so I would have a hard time trying to put together unique outfits and new things that hadn't been photographed yet, on stages. So what I did is I reached out. I kind of had an online presence from my music career and some live streaming things that I'd done. So I started reaching out to companies, and I would say, you know what, I'm a singer here in Las Vegas, and if there's any way you want to collaborate and reach out to me and send me a couple of your dresses or a couple of your, whatever the fashion company was famous for, I would say, I will provide you with pictures of me performing or hanging out in Las Vegas in the dress. I'll style an outfit and I'll send it back to you, and you can use that for promotion. So I must have sent out hundreds of those emails when I first started. And, of course, most of those people didn't respond or said no or, went with someone who was a little more well-known. But there were a couple of really great companies that I work with to this day that reached out and said, absolutely, we'll send you some things. And, just trying to be a hard worker and deliver on my promise, I always tried to, photograph the outfits in the best way that I could and, wear them on stages and make sure I get little videos of me performing in the outfits and send them back. And so it just kind of started as a side hustle that pertained to my, full-time job as a singer. And it became really fun for me because I would get these really fun pieces or outfits or accessories and say, wow, I can wear this on stage. This is great. So I would put together a little outfit and take a little video of me singing in it or posing in it or whatever. And from there, it just kind of snowballed. And with the monster that is social media and Instagram and TikTok, I've been able to continue to do that. And it's been really exciting for me. It's another added fun thing, as a woman, to be able to put together some fun little sparkly outfits when I get ready for work. And it adds another, facet to my already very fun and show business kind of life. So I love that, and it's just something I've always wanted to get into, and I'm very fortunate to be able to do it.
Well, you are an absolutely remarkable talent, and you're one of the people who makes Las Vegas the entertainment capital of the world, and it's a pleasure to speak with you. And, it's so interesting. I remember when Josh Stone was on with us and talking about, the nature of singing and so forth, and I've just got to say it again. We've had, some of the greatest people in the world on with us here in CYInterview. You're one of them. I hope that your recognition and your public and your audience grows, both for your singing and your fashion work, and I hope you come back with us.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that and all your kind words. And thank you for having me. I hope to be back soon, and I hope everyone checks us out at STK Brunch.
Chris?
Christina, in closing, what else are you currently working on or what you want people to know?
Well, first and foremost, I'm always very easy to find online. If you guys would ever like to get in touch, Instagram is probably the best way, at Real Christina Amato, and I try to respond to all my DMs and comments and questions and concerns, and that's probably the easiest way to catch up with me and see my schedule. But other than that, I'm kind of a rolling stone at this point. I've been singing at Delilah, which is another new development. I'm having a great time there. And I perform with Zoe Bowie every Thursday, which is tonight, on the Fremont Street 3rd stage, and the 3rd Street stage on Fremont, and that's been great. I've been performing with Chris for 9 years now, so that's really fun, and it's always a party. I also have my own band that we perform at Park MGM every weekend, and I've also been singing at the Virgin Hotel every Wednesday. So my schedule is full, and my heart is happy, and STK Brunch is really fun and different. So I'm really excited.
Well, I'll say in closing, you'll be able to catch her again this coming Sunday, September 5th, between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. at STK Steakhouse at the Cosmopolitan, Las Vegas, on the Las Vegas Strip, of course. But I have to say in closing, congratulations as being one of the busy working artists in Las Vegas, and I know that it's probably quite exciting to always have something going on, because that is what people in the entertainment community want here.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so lucky, and my life is exciting. There's never a dull moment, let's just say that. So I'm very fortunate and ready to run with it for as long as I can.
So for singer and fashion enthusiast Christina Amato, featured columnist Jay Bilstein, and CYInterview, I'm Christian.